Aboriginal LostPhoenixWolf. Welcome to my channel. Today is still September 28th, and this is the fourth video log for today, and I'm done. I'm done. Time right now is 1:37, and I'm going to continue on from what I was last talking about. Like I was talking in the other video, like, if your body is too cold, it warms up and it burns calories. If your body is too hot, it wants to cool down and it burns calories. That could be a good thing or bad thing. If you're, if you're really hot and you go out in winter time, it's like ice cold, you can get a cold, it's a shock to your body. That's a bad thing. If you're ice cold in AC and you go blasting out and like go outside in the heat, and like the heat's terrible, you can get like a heat stroke and chest pains and stuff like that, and asthma could start too. For a lot of you people, you're probably trying to avoid getting sick or the flu and stuff, and taking the flu shot. Now the flu shot here has been perfected, and I haven't taken the flu shot since, I don't know, like 15 years ago, 13, 14, 15 years ago, since the last time I actually did take the flu shot. And when I was taking the flu shot, it was giving me the flu. It was legit giving me a flu. I did it for the 3 years. And different physicians or something like that, different places were doing the flu shot, and I was given the flu. So now they said they perfected it, and you're not going to get sick, and your body's not going to feel weird and stuff because of the flu shot. It'd be just something that fights the flu. And it's almost flu season. I know newborn babies and babies, that they get the flu, that's really bad. And the really old elderly people, they get the flu, that's really bad. People like me, I don't know, I'm older, but I've gotten just severely sick. I know I probably talked about before. And yes, I let my cat out the door, and the door's open and closing because there's one window open across the other way, and the wind's coming through here, and it's a nice cool breeze. So it's probably keeping the camera nice and cool if it doesn't shut off halfway through. So, what was I talking about now? The flu shot and stuff like that. Oh yeah, there's times that we got severely sick. I fought the whooping cough practically alone. I think I fought the whooping cough for about like 10 days alone, and then for the last 4 days I decided to actually get some medicine. And the neighbor, I had actually friends on the street had some medication and stuff. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any money for it, and it's like, well, I'm either gonna fight this or die. It was really bad. The whooping cough was really bad. Then a year later, I think everything's good, I'm healthy and stuff like that, and that's the time when I had to think about different healthier choices and fight that, and have like onions and garlic and pepper and stuff like that, and maybe hot pepper, stuff like that, to get fight the bugs. And the year after that, the doctor was telling me whatever it was called, and that's like what does that mean? She just said, well, that's like stage 3 flu. Like stage 1 flu is pretty normal to kids and adults, and it's bad for babies and elderly. And she said stage 2 is really bad for the newborn babies and little kids and adults. Elderly. And it can be bad for the adults. And stage 3 flu is bad for any age. It was really bad. I said, well, okay, I got the stage 3 flu. Is there stage 4 flu? She goes, if you were stage 4 flu, you'd be in the hospital, and it'd be really bad. You'd be fighting for your life. I said, well, crap, all these days, for 2 weeks I was kind of fighting for my life. And then I got some medication. And I thought, when she gave me the puffer, I thought maybe it's like, I don't have asthma. I don't have no bronchitis and like that. She goes, no. Now that's how we get you guys the medicine. When you have flus or just about anything, and it's in a puffer. And I said, oh, okay, cool. I said, I'm not going to get addicted to this stuff, because I used to get addicted to different medications, and one or more of it's not helping and stuff like that. And she goes, no. She goes, take it as prescribed. 3 times a day, or no, sorry, 4 times a day for the one and 2 times a day for the other. So when I take the one, I take double the other, and then take the one and take double the other. And they said, if you're, if you do feel that you need a little bit more, then take a puff more each. And they said if there's one day you are coughing and you feel that it's hard in your lungs and it's hard to break it, no matter what you're doing, You can use it anytime you want, anytime you do need it. And even after 6 months later, I needed it. 6 months after that, I needed it again. But I didn't get no flu or anything like that. Just a little bit of a bad, cough, and the lungs are just still kind of healing, really. What do you want, cat? And when I had the, okay, let's break it back down to when I had the whooping cough, coughing all the time, and I couldn't sleep, always coughing, and the phlegm and sinus stuff just kept draining down my throat. Like, I'm trying to sleep, I can't be up all the time. Like every 15 minutes, I'm coughing all the time. Just coughing more and more, like every minute, and I can't be up and going to the washroom all the time. And then it's like going down my throat like warm yogurt. It was so bad. The whooping cough, I don't think I would wish that on anybody. That was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Now the stage 3, level 3 flu was pretty bad too. I was coughing so much that my throat was getting raw. It was bleeding. Every time I would cough, or I was talking to somebody, or would cough a little bit, I would pass out for like 2 to 3 seconds because my throat would lock up every time. And every time I would try to to breathe before I'm about to cough, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It just passed out anyway. And I'd wake back up and continue to talk about what I'm talking about. And at night time I was just coughing so much that the whites of my eyes were filling up with blood. It was cool and all, but it's just crappy what I had to go through. Like, I could probably live life with the whites of my eyes full of blood. I mean, I could live life like that. But after fighting the rest of it for another couple weeks, and the whites of my eyes started draining the blood, and the whites of my eyes were getting like a light. No, I think it was dark. I think it was dark yellow and getting lighter and lighter. Yes, it was dark yellow, and the dark yellow is not bad, and kind of make me look like I got wolf eyes. Now, being a bloodshot, the blood filled eyes, that's more like vampire. So going from a vampire to a wolf wasn't that bad. I mean, it was cool. I took a picture of the blood filled my eyes, but I was on a crappy camera, and I had a lot of weight at that time. I think I was probably around 305 pounds at that time. I did take a picture of when my eyes were starting getting yellow, and I don't know what I did with it. I think I posted someplace and didn't really save a copy of that. I'm really surprised and glad it didn't, that cold didn't get to my dad or my sister. I'm really surprised and glad for it. Like, I'm glad it's not, that I didn't get them sick. I'm surprised with, the way I was and coughing and stuff, and I was trying different things. I was trying hot lemon honey. I was trying to eat more garlic or more onions or something like that, and a lot of Halls. I know the Halls. I know I shouldn't be saying that name, but whatever, copyright me. Halls was okay for extent for some of the breathing, but it did crap. Maybe how clear stuff in this, but the level 3 flu was so bad. The sinuses were built up, and the blood, the eyes were filled with blood, and the chest pains was bad. The throat was pretty scratchy. Between antibiotics and that puffer and some other painkillers, some of that. And it was pretty bad. I wouldn't wish the whooping cough. The whooping cough was really bad. I wouldn't wish the whooping cough on anybody. And then have the level 3 flu is just as bad as the whooping cough, but it's kind of a different. It's kind of really the same difference, but the only thing is that the sinus and mucus was building up quite large. Like I said, it was like warm yogurt going down my throat. I'm literally. It's either have a bucket and spit up in the bucket, and then I'd be filling up that little bucket. The buckets I have are not really that big, they're doubled for garbage cans. And I probably filled up half of that normal little garbage can bucket that you would have. I would not say a bucket like you use for mopping floors. I mean, like this, like half that size, and I probably fell up halfway because that was a lot. And me trying to do certain things like that too. And there was, the one cousin was here. He was living around here, and I was coughing away, and my throat was locking up, and I hit the floor, and I knew I was on the floor. I was laughing away, and he was like on the phone right away and trying to call an ambulance and stuff like that. And it's like, he goes, "Oh, I thought you were gonna die," and I was like, "No, it's not really that severe. I know it's really bad. It does seem really bad, but it's not to call an ambulance or go to the hospital like that. Just let them know that, I am fine. I just have a bad cold. I'm going to need to see a doctor." I didn't have a doctor at that time. I had a doctor a year later when I had the level 3 flu. So, that was 4 years ago I had the whooping cough, and 3 years ago I had the level 3 flu. In the past couple years, not any colds on that. Maybe a little bit of built up sinuses, but that's normal. I have built up sinuses every winter and spring. I always have built up sinuses, bleeding sinuses too. And they go through stages of colors. They go from like clear and mucousy to dark brown and bloody, And there's like a little bit of blood each time. Like when I'm halfway through the winter, it's more bloody. And I just got deep sinuses, and I know a friend who got their sinuses filled, but they said it helped a little bit. And they said it was really a bad idea to do that. Like, it helped a little bit, but he said he still has sinus problems. And I told him about my sinus problems. He goes, "Whoa, I don't have sinus problems that bad. It fills up and it starts getting bloody and stuff." He goes, but I have it, filling and bloodiness. But he's like 5 years older than me, and I don't know. He's had a while. I mean, I've had nose drip since I was like 18, 19, high school days. And my aunt used to tell me it was spinal fluid, because I had like spinal fluid on the brain when I was my baby, water in the brain, spinal fluid, whatever, or just regular sinus drips because of moisture in the air and then stuff like that. And then didn't think of anything. The first 2 to 5 years, it was nothing spectacular about that. And then after that 5-year mark, sinuses started really pack up, and then it was bad. And if I'm out about, and then I just drain it, and then I spit it out, and then there's like neighbor kids like, "Ew," and they could see how mucousy it gets by the day, and then by the time towards the end of it, it's like really dark brown, like brown red and bloody. And sometimes if I'm not out there throughout the day to do that, and I wake up in the morning, and that's when there's big goobers of mucus. I mean, big, like sometimes like ping pong ball each nostril, big. I know it does seem kind of gross, but I mean that's what happens. It just like blah, spit that out. And sometimes I can't even spit it out; it just globs out in my mouth. But that's the way it is. That does that every spring. Actually, it's not so bad now. Not so bad. Like last year wasn't that bad. Anyway, I might as well wrap this up because I'm just rambling on and talking about blah blah blah. If you guys do like this video, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe to me. Or share this video on the channel. My benefit for you, my benefit for me. Please do tell your friends and family about me. Thank you for viewing this video and time to watch it. Hope you all have nice days, morning, night. Remember, it's better to be Aboriginal than original.